All right, I'm going to go through a lizard lunge exercise here, and the purpose is to basically get into a deeper forward fold in a straddle, and this is with working one leg at a time, getting into the adductors, the muscles of the inner thighs, and into the hamstrings quite a bit as well. Now, this is going to be elevated. I'm going to use a block. So to set this up, if you're on a yoga mat, I'm going to bring my right foot forward. My right foot's going toward the upper right corner of the mat. I'm going to see it the heel's grounded, and the ball mount of the big toe stays there. Ankle a little bit forward of the knee. The foot stays flat. Now I'm on both hands. I'm going to step my left foot back. And this is a wide stance, at least hips width distance side to side, and nice and long. Now, if it's too much to lift the back knee, you can always set it down. This will definitely be a bit more effective, and you'd be loading the front leg more if you can keep that knee lifted, but just take it to where you can. Now, from here, I'm going to keep my left hand down. I'm going to keep my right thigh squeezing into my side, so the inner thigh is pulling in. And then just, you can bend into both elbows, but just go back and forth. I'm going to do this about 20 times. So I'm going to lift my right hand up off the floor, and then bring the elbow as low as I can for 1, and come back up. Down for 2. Come back up. Take it slow. Down for 3. Come back up. Down for 4. Keep the right thigh squeezing in. Come back up. Elbow down for 5. Come back up, down for 6. Come back up, down for 7. Come back up, down for 8. Come back up, down for 9. Come back up, down for 10. Come back up, down for 11. Come back up, down for 12. Come back up, down for 13. Come back up, keep the inner thigh pulled in, down for 14. Come back up, down for 15. Come back up, down for 16. Come back up, down for 17. Come back up, down for 18. Come back up, down for 19. Come back up, down for 20. Stay down, keep the thigh pulled in. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. All right, I'm going to take it to the other side. So this is for my left foot now. So the block's at the upper left corner of the mat, left heel down, ball mount of the left foot on the block, and the foot stays flat, just like before. I'm going to slide my right foot back. And again, it's a wide stance, least hips width distance, nice and long front to back. You can always drop the back knee, keep it lifted if you can, and keep the left thigh squeezing in toward the side of your ribs. Now again, I'm on both hands. I'm keeping the left thigh squeezed in. You can bend into the elbows, and this time bring the left elbow down. So left elbow down for 1. Come back up, down for 2. Come back up, down for 3. Come back up, down for 4. Come back up, down for 5. Come back up, down for 6. Come back up, down for 7. Come back up, down for 8. Come back up, down for 9. Come back up, down for 10. Come back up, down for 11. Come back up, down for 12. Come back up, down for 13. Keep the thigh pulled in. Come back up, down for 14. Come back up, down for 15. Come back up, down for 16. Come back up, down for 17. Come back up, down for 18. Come back up, down for 19. Come back up, down for 20. And stay down. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let go. All right, and that should be a lot of help into deepening the opening that you need to get into a straddle fold. All right, now, just as a note here, if you need to make this a little bit easier, you don't have to elevate your foot on a block. Just coming to a regular lizard lunge might be fine. So I'm going to put my block behind me. I'm going to go to my right foot. So setting up for a lizard lunge, I've got my right foot toward the upper right corner of the mat, ankle past the knee. I'm tucking the toes left foot and still the stance is long. Now from here, when I bring my elbow down, I don't have to go anywhere near as far, but I'm pulling my right thigh in and keeping my chest facing down and then coming back up. And I'm trying to get my torso low inside my right thigh back and forth. And that may be enough. You can do it with the knee on the floor, but again, you're emphasizing the lowering of your upper body inside that front thigh. So those are two ways to adjust this to make this easier. And just keep that in mind. You can always revert to those positions and just build up till you can take it to the point where the foot can be elevated. Now there's one more way to play with this here. Well, there's many ways to do this, but if you want to find a way to make this harder, there's two things you can do. And I'm going to do this again, this lizard lunge variation with my foot elevated. You could do another block and bring your foot up even higher. And that's a pretty obvious thing to do, but what I want to show you here is using extra weight. So I'm going to take this with a dumbbell. And this is about 10 pounds, 2 pounds, 5 pounds might be enough. Anything that basically makes this a little bit more difficult to do. And you're going to hold this in your hand, keep that hand lifted, and that's the elbow that's going to come down. So I'm going to bring this into that lizard lunge setup again. So I've got my left foot on the block, heel down, ball mounted the foot down, the leg's going to squeeze in, I'm going to keep the foot flat, and then slide my right foot back. Now again, you want to keep the torso down low between the thigh, keep that front thigh pulled into your side, and then from here, holding that weight, I'll bring the elbow down and come back up, and just take it back and forth like that. Now there's limits to how much weight you can hold, obviously, here, without just sort of losing it or making it into an arm exercise, but this is enough where I can just keep the elbow bent and the dumbbell in close, so that I'm actually lowering more weight down to the floor than before and making that a bit more effective. Other ways of loading this, you could wear a backpack or a weight vest, and then when you bring your elbow down, your whole upper body is going to weigh a lot more, and that's another way to just strengthen things out and maybe find a deeper fold as you come into this. So just other ways to play with this position, to play with the exercise.